In a shocking twist, FIFA refuses Barcelona's late plea to enter the Club World Cup, and fans are furious. Meanwhile, AC Milan steps in with a surprise swap deal involving a key forward and Barca's club captain. But wait, as Barcelona intensifies the chase for Nico Williams, President Joan Laporta reveals his one major concern about the rising star. Get ready, Cules, it's a drama-packed update you don't want to miss. The brand new iteration of the FIFA Club World Cup is finally upon us, and fans now have the chance to see teams from all over the world compete against one another. The tournament features some of the best sides on the planet, with the current champions of each continental competition qualifying, as well as the teams who have statistically been the best performers over a specific period. The likes of Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester City and Chelsea are all taking part in the tournament, but there are a few notable absences. Liverpool, the current champions of the Premier League, aren't involved, neither are the Europa League winners, Tottenham Hotspur. Watch the Club World Cup on DAZN. With massive amounts of money up for grabs in the competition, missing out on the competition has huge financial implications for teams. So much so that Barcelona, the reigning La Liga champions, who also didn't qualify, issued a plea to FIFA to let them take part, and they were rejected. After Mexican side Leon were kicked out of the Club World Cup due to FIFA's multi-club ownership rules, Barcelona issued a plea to the organization to let them take part instead. Hansi Flick's men have been one of the best teams in the world this season, dominating their opponents and scoring for fun in Spain as they lifted the La Liga trophy, as well as reaching the Champions League semi-final. Despite also winning the Copa del Rey and finishing above Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, the two Spanish clubs who qualified for the Club World Cup, Barcelona didn't make it into the competition. This is because, according to the Daily Mail, the Club World Cup has a rule that ensures only two teams from the same nation can qualify. Having been eliminated from the Champions League in the group stage for 3 straight years between 2021 to 2023, the Catalan side fell below Atletico in UEFA's coefficient table. Leon and fellow Liga MX side Pachuca are both operated by Grupo Pachuca, and the rules state that owners can't have two teams in the competition at the same time. As a result, Leon were kicked out and Barcelona decided to try their luck at the last minute and gain entry in their absence. They were once again snubbed by FIFA, though, and the governing body instead selected MLS club Los Angeles FC to take part. The United States-based side won a qualifying match against Club America, ensuring the spot remained with a team in the North and Central America region. AC Milan offer player swap, star forward in exchange for Barca captain. In a bombshell revelation by Mundo Deportivo, AC Milan have offered Rafael Leo to Barcelona in a sensational swap deal involving Ronald Araujo. The proposal comes at a time when both clubs are reshaping their squads, and Barcelona's transfer strategy could take an unexpected turn if this offer gains traction. The Catalans are currently in the market for a new left winger, with Luis Diaz and Nico Williams topping their shortlist. However, with high transfer fees standing in the way of both pursuits, Leo could re-emerge as a viable and intriguing alternative. The Portuguese international has long been admired by the Barca hierarchy and would undoubtedly bring flair, pace and unpredictability to the left flank, qualities they have sorely missed. Barcelona must offload players to move forward. On the flip side, Araujo's future is far from guaranteed. Despite signing a renewal, the Uruguayan defender included a release clause adjustment that drops from an eye-watering €1 billion to €65 million between July 1st and 15th. This clause has caught the attention of several top clubs, including Bayern Munich and now AC Milan, where Massimiliano Allegri is said to be a firm admirer. Barcelona currently have a surplus of centre-backs, leaving room for at least one to be sold. With the club desperate to unlock financial fair play flexibility, a high-profile exit seems inevitable. Selling Araujo, who represents one of the squad's highest valued assets, could allow Barca to pursue a top-tier winger without violating registration rules. Could this benefit both sides? The proposed swap could, on paper, solve two problems at once, as Milan will get their defensive general while Barcelona will fill their left-wing gap with a proven Serie A superstar. But it is not so straightforward. Although Araujo divides opinions, he is a dressing room leader. Selling him, especially to bring in a player who would require considerable wages, would be a controversial move. Moreover, Hansi Flick has expressed admiration for Araujo's defensive versatility, though the German coach is unlikely to stand in the way of a major financial decision by the club. Laporta remains cautious about one major issue in Nico Williams' deal despite heavy interest from Barcelona. According to journalist Santi Ovalle in Carousel Deportivo, Barcelona president Joan Laporta is having his reservations about the signing of Nico Williams, despite the winger being one of the club's top targets to bolster the attack. The concern does not come from the player's talent, work rate, or fit within Hansi Flick's system. Instead, the issue is more internal and psychological. Ovalle reports that Laporta is wary of Nico's close friendship with current Barcelona star Lamine Yamal, fearing it could lead to the formation of tight-knit cliques within the dressing room. Laporta, as per the report, wants the locker room to be built on professionalism and collective unity, not on strong interpersonal alliances. Learning from past errors. This concern is not just speculative. The idea is rooted in past experiences at the club, where certain social dynamics, nicknamed the Club de Amigos, have in some cases hurt team balance and performance. These tightly bonded subgroups within the squad were seen as functional only when the team was winning. But when results faltered, divisions, mistrust, and blame followed, something the current leadership is eager to avoid repeating. That said, there are positive voices within the club regarding Nico's arrival. It is noted that he already knows many players in the squad well, and that he's on good terms with them, not just Yamal. Importantly, Flick has already spoken with the athletic club star, expressing his interest in bringing him to the Camp Nou. Barcelona still considers Diaz their top priority. Still, the financial aspect remains a major hurdle. Barcelona are prioritizing the signing of Luis Diaz, but his price tag, well over 60 million euros, is currently out of reach unless the club makes a significant sale. And there you have it. From FIFA's controversial snub to Milan's bold swap proposal, and Laporta's hesitation over Nico Williams, it's clear that Barcelona's transfer window is heating up fast. What do you think about FIFA's decision? Should Barca have been allowed in the Club World Cup? And is Nico really the right fit for this team? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for all the latest from Camp Nou. Barcelona transfer shocker. The Catalan Giants could be on the verge of another Ronald Araujo-style saga, with a top talents release clause set to drop, opening the door to major European suitors. Meanwhile, Barcelona is willing to listen to offers for a €60M rated homegrown gem, and in a huge twist, Nico Williams is now prioritizing a move to Barca over Bayern Munich. What's going on at Camp Nou? Stay tuned as we break it all down. Ronald Araujo's future at Barcelona was the subject of intense speculation in the winter, but all that was put to bed when he signed a new contract at the club until 2031. However, it subsequently emerged that Araujo had asked for his release clause to be reduced in his new deal. The Uruguay international's clause had been an eye-popping €1 billion but drops down to just €65 million this summer, which may well attract interest from other clubs. According to Diario Sport, the €65 million release clause is valid for 10 days at the start of July, offering a window for interested clubs to make a move. Araujo has insisted he wants to stay at Barcelona, but he knows he's not first choice at the moment and that he faces a battle to regain a starting spot. Meanwhile, Barcelona need a major sale this summer if they want to land a top attacking target such as Luis Diaz or Nico Williams. Put all that together and you get the feeling that in a few weeks' time the rumor mill may be getting all excited about Araujo's future once again. Barcelona open to selling €60M rated academy jewel amid financial struggles. Barcelona's ongoing financial struggles are no secret. Club president Joan Laporta has already activated multiple economic levers just to keep the team competitive in recent seasons. Now, in a potential sign of more tough decisions ahead, the club is reportedly open to discussing offers for one of their most valuable homegrown stars, who is currently valued at €60 million. But the Spanish champions still have little room to maneuver in the transfer market this summer. The Blaugrana have ambitions to add a big-name winger, either Luis Diaz or Nico Williams, but that will be impossible unless significant savings are made. That's why several Barca squad members are considered expendable in the current climate. Frenkie de Jong, Ronald Araujo and Marc-Andre ter Stegen are just some of the superstars considered at risk this summer as the club seek to generate some much-needed income. But now Liverpool have been given a transfer boost with reports that Barca would be ready to consider an offer for a long-term transfer target. Liverpool's interest in Fermin Lopez. Liverpool maintain interest in Fermin Lopez despite midfield reinforcements. Earlier this year, Liverpool were linked with Fermin Lopez, with reports suggesting the young Spaniard was growing frustrated over limited game time under new Barcelona boss Hansi Flick. The 22-year-old, now a Euro 2024 champion, brings incredible versatility, able to operate on the wings or in various midfield roles. Although the Reds are closing in on a deal for Florian Wirtz, which may ease their urgency to add another creative midfielder, Fermin Lopez would still be a valuable asset for Arne Slot, offering depth and tactical flexibility across multiple positions. He scored 8 goals and added 10 assists overall for Barca last season, as Flick oversaw a highly successful double-winning campaign. Barca would consider Fermin Lopez's offer. Homegrown Fermin only made 12 starts in the league however, and another 4 in the Champions League, and will be desperate to make an impact ahead of the 2026 World Cup. And with the player emerging through La Masia, Barca would be able to bank a handsome sum if he is sold, meaning signings can be made elsewhere. Although Barca are not actively seeking to sell the midfielder this summer, it's been claimed by Sport that club bosses would consider an offer for a man described as a treasure by former manager Xavi. It's as true that the club hasn't placed a transfer mark on him as it is that if a big offer were to come in, they'd be willing to discuss it, a report reads. Report: Nico Williams more interested in joining FC Barcelona than Bayern Munich. According to a report from transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, as captured by Athletic Club winger Nico Williams seems to be more interested in a transfer to FC Barcelona than a move to Bayern Munich. Nico Williams wants to go to Barcelona. Other clubs interested are aware that the player is giving his priority to Barca. Now it's on Barcelona to decide whom they want to sign: Luis Diaz, Rashford, Nico Williams, and also whether the Williams deal is possible financially, release clause, payment terms, salary, commissions. The race is not over as long as Barcelona didn't make their decision. Bayern have Nico as their priority and are still calling. This could throw a big wrench into the plans of Bayern Munich board member for Sport Max Eberl, who has reportedly prioritized a pursuit of Williams. When asked about it after Bayern Munich's 10-0 victory over Auckland City FC in the Club World Cup, Eberl did not let on that he knew anything. For the Bavarians, there are other options, but Williams was rumored to be among the club's favorite players on the market. Looking for more thoughts and analysis on Bayern Munich's massive 10-0 victory over Auckland City FC? Awesome, then check out our Bavarian podcast Works post-game show to get a breakdown on the lineups, the scoring and subs, plus some takeaways from the match. You can get the show on Patreon, Acast, Spotify, any leading podcast distributor, or below. Barcelona is heading into a crucial transfer period. With release clauses dropping and interest from other clubs rising, decisions must be made fast. The club must protect its future stars while seizing key signings like Nico Williams, who's already dreaming of wearing the Blaugrana jersey. Will Barca act in time, or repeat past mistakes? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for your latest Barca updates.